Today we're going to talk about your why. Really super important part of your plexus business is knowing your why, practicing your why, and sharing your why with other people. I'm going to talk a little bit about my why, and then Jerry Blackwell and Bridget Early will also be adding videos in here about their whys, and that'll give you some insight into us, number one, and why we're doing this business and where we came from, as well as possibly some hints for you for developing your why. So you want your why, which could be detailed, and you also want what's called an elevator speech or a 30-second kind of insight into plexus that you can give to people. So I will start with my why. Again, my name is Barb Holmes. I'm a Senior Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I started with Plexus in October of 2014, primarily for weight loss. I had gastric sleeve surgery, and my weight loss stopped, which about caused me to panic. And I started to see Julie Adams and Bridget Early posting on Facebook about plexus. And these ladies are both my neighbors. Julie has now moved, but Bridget's still my next door neighbor. And what I found was, gosh, these are intelligent, smart ladies. If they are talking about this, there must be something to it. So I talked to Bridget and jumped right in. I've done multi-level marketing before, and I thought, well, if nothing else, I want to get wholesale pricing. So I jumped in and signed on as an ambassador, basically to get wholesale pricing, not really thinking I was going to sell plexus or share plexus, I should say. At that point, I was 30 years into my career with the federal government and was 53 years old. But in the back of my mind, I knew that I really wanted to retire when I was 55, and I had actually shared that with a number of people. And as a federal employee, you can retire with a full benefit at age 55 with 30 years of service. So I was telling people I wanted to retire, but as a single mom with a 16-year-old at home, I'm thinking, boy, I'm not sure how I'm going to make up that other 40% of my income that I would lose in retirement. So I started with the product. I started noticing some weight loss right away, but other people just started noticing differences in me and my energy level. And they started questioning me about what I was doing. Now, in the background, I also knew that I had blood sugar problems. And as I was testing my blood sugar daily, I noticed that those numbers were starting to improve. And every time I had blood work done at my doctor's office, my numbers looked a little bit better. My cholesterol is now within normal limits. My lipids are in normal limits. And my blood sugar is regulated. So these were all things that were huge health benefits for me. So not only were people noticing, but I was starting to share with people because I thought if this is good for me, this could be great for other people. So my team started to build, and I now call it my accidental business because I really wasn't expecting to be in the place I'm in. And it started slowly, and boy, I thought, oh geez, if I get to gold, that would be great. That would give me some extra income a month. But fast forward to March of this year, 2016, I had hit Ruby level with plexus. And that, I realized right away, was going to give me enough money to offset what I was going to lose in retirement. So I went ahead and submitted my application for retirement and made the commitment then that I was going to retire from the federal service and make plexus kind of my full-time job, but not really full-time because I'm really just working it part-time. So that is kind of my story, my why for that and wanting to retire. Number one, I was really just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that was health-wise, and that was with my employment. I was tired of being an employee, and even though I was a supervisor, it just really brings you down. I also, as I mentioned before, I'm a single mom. My daughter is 16, and I brought her home from China when she was 7 years old. And I never had the opportunity to be home with her. It was a constant shuffling of who is going to take care of her, who's going to get her to this practice, to that practice, getting to Latchkey on time to pick her up. And I'm now in a situation where super important. I think as I would have liked to have been home with her younger, but at 16, really important for me to have a pulse on where she is in her life and have the quality of time to spend with her. We went to Hawaii right after I retired and had a great vacation together. And I'm just not stressed with spending time with her in the evening because I'm not stressed thinking I've got to get up first thing in the morning and go to work. And, the whole how's she going to get to gymnastics thing is just gone off my plate. So that is my why. And my how this came to be. So like I said, Jerry and Bridget will be sharing those also, and we'll attach those videos here as well.